If you're finding that you're struggling with someone on your team who will not take accountability, will not be responsible for their decisions, for their mistakes, the thing that might be missing could be compassion. I was raised in a household that was high on accountability, but a bit lower on compassion. And what I grew up to learn was that you do not make mistakes because you're held accountable for mistakes, but there wasn't necessarily a lot of compassion around those mistakes. And so what happened was, of course, I would avoid accountability for things I was responsible for. I did not necessarily want to own up to mistakes. It was easier to push it on somebody else, to lie, to pretend that I didn't know about it, than to sit in the shame and all the difficult feelings that come up when we make a mistake. And the reason that I really believe that compassion drives accountability came for me from an experience I had consulting with the Cree. And I found that, contrary to many of my other life experiences, there was an environment where you were accepted unconditionally for who you were, mistakes and all, even in a business setting. And it was a real shift for me. I hadn't been ever exposed to anything to this extent, where you could literally make a huge mistake and there would just be tons of compassion around it. And it taught me, amongst other life experiences, to grow into owning my humanity, my mistakes, and being able to own up to them, because that I wouldn't be rejected for it. I was accepted with my imperfections and all. And so if you are struggling with a team member who will not take accountability for their actions, they won't take accountability for mistakes that they make, what we often do is we come in with sort of a punishment lens, right? Where there's going to be consequences to that. And the thing is that what might be missing for this person is a bit more compassion. And it sounds counterintuitive because, we're frustrated with the person and we don't want to encourage that behavior further. But often when we can show them acceptance and compassion for who they are despite their mistakes, it brings them along that path to being able to admit to weaknesses, to errors, to failings. So my question to you today is, what can you as a leader be doing right now to be offering more compassion to your team members when they're facing mistakes? And just a little question to you is one thing to perhaps be modeling compassion when you make mistakes yourself?